Yo, what is going on, everybody out there today? I am excited to bring you another Diablo 4 patch notes video within, I don't even know, a week and a half or so of the last one that we just had. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks of changes within Diablo, and we're just going to make this as quick as possible. Go over a few of the things like the most recent fireside chat that the developers had to kind of apologize about the massive damage reduction changes, so on and so forth. The feeling of just not being powerful anymore in the game. They addressed that in their most recent fireside chat, which I'll have links for you down below for the fireside chat and these patch notes that we're going to go over today. But first off, let's just start off by saying that this patch note 1.1.1 that we will be talking about, the developers are calling it the Sorcerer and Barbarian update patch. However, there is a lot of other updates for all of the classes in there, but it's mainly just improving the overall damage of like specific aspects and stats and things like that that were less desirable, replacing them with more desirable stats and so on and so forth, making adjustments to things like that. So we're going to break that down in here really quickly. We'll just take a look at this real quick. If I can. All right. Whatever. Anyway, they had a lead developer join the fireside chat here, and it was, pretty good. They had a lot of good things to say, a lot of talk about what they're going to be doing with the classes in the upcoming patches. And I thought this was going to be like their overall what they were going to be doing all the way through until season 2, and wasn't really sure what exactly would be put all into this first patch. But basically everything that they talked about during that fireside chat, almost all of it ended up in these patch notes here. So we're going to go over them as quickly as possible and just kind of highlight exactly the main biggest changes that we're going to be seeing here. And for me, this is a really exciting update because I personally play a sorcerer, and these past like week and a half or so, I kind of really haven't been playing as often. Let's put it that way. The changes with like how the monster scaling is working out now, and your power to the monster, it's forcing you to do more nightmare dungeons, but at the same time you're just not as powerful in them, and it's not feeling great. So I'm really excited about this patch here because it supposedly is going to change a lot of just the overall fun we're having, right? And making our characters feel a lot more powerful. So let's go over the main things here. And they first start out by saying we want to improve the effectiveness of sorcerers and barbarians while addressing the following for each class. And you can go down here to read all of them. They got the separate classes here. This is the patch notes on the Blizzard app, but I will have a link to the patch notes for the website in, like I said earlier, down below. Anyway, let's get to it. Sorcerer, they're improving a late game survivability, and mostly through a lot of Paragon board improvements, which I'm excited about. When you open up the Sorcerer, detailed page here, whatever you'd like to call this tab, I guess, the tab, Sorcerer tab. A lot of the changes that you're going to be seeing is mainly dealt with like fire and chain lightning. There's a lot of changes to those lightning and fire damage in general. A lot of the nodes, legendary nodes and so on, so forth, are dealing with like fireball, keeper of flames, smoldering embers, a lot of stuff like that. So I have a feeling that sorcerers, the fire side, which was kind of lacking, will be a lot stronger in this patch and be kind of exciting. Fortunately, I play a frost source. I love frost source, so I'm probably just going to continue doing that. but it would be kind of interesting to, try maybe mix in some more fire damage or something, maybe a chain lightning build. Just check it out for this patch, because a lot of these updates are sounding great, right? So the idea of this whole thing, though, I'm not going to get into the specifics of all of it, but mainly they are changing a lot of the unique items end game, and this is for all classes. They're focusing on a lot of the barbarian for this patch, like they were saying. Their uniques here have a lot of damage changes to them, and so on and so forth. Just also quality of life as far as like maneuverability, and just making barbarian a lot better to play, because they're recently lacking, along with the sorcerer as well. And as you can see here, the main changes along with the sorcerer is they are moving away from kiss curse effects, which if you didn't watch the live chat video, fireside chat with the dev video, they go more into detail about what this is. But right here it says this is where the player gains power but loses power somewhere else. So for example, with sorcerer, maybe like glass cannon would be one of those kiss curse effects where you gain more damage but also take more damage. I don't know if that's going to be the specific kiss curse that they're going to like. They didn't say they're going to remove. They did say they're going to adjust some of them, so maybe that's one that gets adjusted. Some will just be removed altogether. They're just, making it a lot more straightforward with damage. More understandable for the player. Right. And a lot of what you're seeing here too, like I was saying earlier, they're using more specific methods in game to scale less desirable damage up and allow therefore more chance of like different builds. So for instance, right now, like damage over time and overpower, those two damages aren't as strong right now as like vulnerability was, and which is why it was brought down to begin with, so they could scale up these other damages, right? And so that's kind of the whole idea of this whole patch, is just making all builds more viable and allowing like uniques. That's a big part of it. They're changing a lot of the aspects, like certain stats that weren't so great on them, they're making them better, or even adding more to the aspects themselves. I don't know. I don't want to try to read in here and open one up for you, but let's just open up Necromancer for an example. Unique down here, Greaves of the Empty Tone. Intelligence affix replaced with a bonus movement speed. So I don't even play a Necromancer at all. I don't know how great of a change that is for the Necromancer. However, there is going to be a lot more changes coming through this season that is going to adjust every class in such sense. So right now, this patch is mainly focusing on the Barbarian and Sorcerer. If you open up these two tabs, you can see their legendaries. There's just a whole list of aspects that are being changed, and a lot of it is buffs. Bonus movement speed duration increased, right? You gain more, increase. So all this stuff is getting buffed, right? And that's kind of the same idea that's going on with the Barbarian. They have a couple of legendaries that are just being straight up buffed altogether. Aspect of the Ancestral Force. What am I saying? Damage increase from 32 to 50%. It's from 40 to 58%, right? So they're lowering the base damage. So it's just going to be doing a lot more damage and kind of raising the top damage as well. So there's a lot of things that are being updated in this sense. Anyways, I said I was going to make this quick here. I feel like I'm talking quick, trying to make it go faster, and it's just, I'm still going on. It's really an exciting update. This is also, right here, one thing that I wanted to talk about. We'll make this part 2 here in the video. This is the monster density changes that they're going to be adding to the game, and I think that's kind of why they made the monster scaling per world tier. They adjusted that a little bit because of the fact that Nightmare and Helltide dungeons are going to be having a lot more monster density within them. So, you know, they don't want that level of experience that you could be earning to be like too off balance, right? So I feel like that's kind of where that idea is coming. Anyway, and also just overall allowing your player to feel more powerful in those worlds. Like once you get to a certain level, the monsters won't scale with you anymore, so you're just gonna feel overall like more powerful in the end until you do go to the next world tier, right? So there's a lot of changes like that, just overall balancing out the fun, the improved fun of the player, the powerfulness that you're going to be feeling, or, you know, however you want to put it. The idea here is they want your character to feel powerful when you get in. You know, when you start playing, they want you to feel like you can just go through a dungeon and blast through it and have fun, enjoy yourself. That's the idea. So they're making a lot of changes to reach that overall gameplay feel, right? So I'm really excited about this patch. There's a lot more bug fixes, a lot of bug fixes in this as well, which could be part 3 of this video, I guess. I'm not really going to read into all of this stuff, like I said. However, a lot of these fixes and changes are looking really good. And it's a good sign to see such a big patch, like update changes right after what we just had one like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So this patch won't officially be live until August 8th. So it is August 2nd right now as I'm reading this. And you can see right here, August 8th is when the patch goes live. So, you know, get in now, play as much as you can, or don't play at all. You know, I'm having a hard time myself, but just realize, you know, it's going to change a lot. So do what you can, be diligent about reading some of this stuff up and, you know, kind of figuring out what you might want to keep for the next week or so and keep your gear as you're playing. And, you know, look at your build accordingly, adjust accordingly to what you might see fit, because a lot of damage changes are going to be being implemented into the game, right? And you could potentially be sleeping on some sort of build that you have been like going towards this whole time, but, you know, it wasn't very effective because of these certain damage I don't know, negatives, whatever you want to call them, which are being corrected. Anyway, that's about going to do it up for this video here today. I don't want to keep rambling on. We're almost at another 13-minute video again, just like the last one. All right, we're going to work on making these a little bit shorter. I don't know. I took notes and everything that I was trying to read, but I feel like they just threw me off. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm excited for this. I'm going to hurry up end this video here. If you found any of this informative and liked it and want to see more Diablo 4 stuff in the future, and you somehow just caught this page, you know, drop a like, give me a sub, whatever. Subscribe so you can keep seeing these videos. I'm going to keep posting them. I'm enjoying myself in Diablo 4. I'm having a lot of fun, and I usually don't even attempt to make content for any games unless I'm like really sucked into them. And it just, you know, becomes something I want to do on the side because it's fun for me. It gives me a lot of informative like insight, and then I would like to give that out to the community in any way, shape, or form. So I hope you do find these videos informative, and if you do, like I said, drop a like, drop a follow, whatever, subscribe, however you want to call it. Come drop by the Twitch, you'll see that at the end here. And yeah, I'm out. Keep on grinding, everybody.